There are exceptions to the statute of limitations in workers' compensation claims. One of the most common ones is if you have injury that is not, let's say you didn't fall down and injure yourself, but let's say it's an injury that took place over time. Like we see a lot of carpal tunnel cases, where it's because you were using your arms the same way for years, that statute of limitations doesn't begin when you first injure your wrist, but the statute of limitation begins to run as soon as you know that you have that diagnosis. So it's important that once you get the diagnosis of that condition, that's when the statute of limitations starts to run. Another area where we see the statute of limitations being extended is, let's say you're exposed to a chemical at work, or you're exposed to something at work that gives you an occupational disease. Like with the repetitive injury cases, that statute of limitations doesn't start to run until you receive that diagnosis. It's not from your first exposure, but more importantly, from when you receive that diagnosis. If the employer fails to file a report of injury, that may extend the statute of limitations, but it's, for the most part, it's best to assume that in other cases that you have 2 years to file that claim.